Much worse than I imagined. Peace be upon you. I used to talk about the secret habit in a part of a clip in a tweet on Instagram, simply. Then I said I must make a special clip about the secret habit. When I started researching the topic and delving deeper, I found that this is a deep-rooted problem in boys and girls in general. Man, there are personalities I didn't expect they have an addiction to the secret habit. The topic is more dangerous than I imagined. This is one of the worst addictive habits on the face of the earth since the dawn of history. This habit has a major negative impact on your body, mind, psyche, and personality in general. And would you believe that some doctors and intellectuals talk about mental conditions and they recommend it? We'll discuss this aspect later. In this segment, I promise to help you despise and turn against the secret habit and those who permit and advise it. God willing, by the end of this segment, you will be convinced to completely leave it behind. This habit, when practiced, has several aspects. We start with the first aspect, which is the psychological and social aspect. Notice that the one who practices the secret habit is always isolated from the world. At the end of the night, no one hears him. He closes the doors on himself, completely isolated from the public, introverted. This matter makes his interaction with people very difficult. He often or even always refuses to go out with his friends, for example, or to go out with the family. Because he is programmed in his mind that he will spend the end of the night practicing the secret habit, he refuses any long meetings or outings that involve staying overnight. Because if he was, for example, in the house of his close relatives or the house of one of his friends, how does he do it? He must return home. He must isolate himself in his own world that he created in order to practice the secret habit. This in itself is a disaster, as if you have taken yourself out of the society you live in and isolated yourself in your own bubble. Your self-esteem, dignity, and pride will be at its lowest. I mean, last night your face was red, you were uncomfortable and burning, practicing a secret habit, and you were so ashamed, and the next day you are in front of people. There is a clear contradiction, even if you tried to hide it, but there is a conflict inside you. This conflict inside you is not random. There is a struggle within you. You were so ashamed yesterday and your face was red. You are practicing secrecy. There is deception, there is shadow, and the next day you are in front of people as if you are leading a struggle between two personalities, trying to appear in front of one of them. I mean, in the street and at work you are a man, and at home under the blanket, so there are lines of confidence and progress approximately. You will not be able to overcome it because of the secret habit and your addiction to it, always. Your thinking is linked to the secret habit and your desires and how to spend it. And you think all day because when you return home or when you are alone, you practice the secret habit. Your thinking at work is scattered. Your thinking in study is scattered. Everything you do is involuntarily linked, even if you refuse. But involuntarily, all these things will be associated with you and all your thinking is linked to the secret habit. You say, I don't think I study and work and everything, but your thinking is all over the place. Your daily routine is so tied to the secret habit that some of you try to divide your day based on when you can indulge in the secret habit. The secret habit has become a part of your day, one of its most negative aspects. It requires patience. You have what it takes. Be patient. After all, the secret habit is a quick act. You've programmed your brain. And all these things, that you spend your desires quickly, and everything in life remains fast, just like you spent your desires quickly. Everything remains fast to the point that even your patience for trials is fast. Even if a girl, for example, passes in front of you. Or even, I speak generally to men or women, but I always direct my words to both men and women, meaning in part of them, the same words will be, and part separate. That's why you are now dazzled if you see a girl passing by. You can't control yourself. Your nerves can't control it. Your desires are, you always think about how to differ yourself and practice the secret habit. You practice the secret habit and return to lust in a second. You return again. You become addicted. You have a kind of addiction. You can't stop it, as if you have broken the habit at the end. And to prove my words to you, try to stop the secret habit. Just try for 1 week only. And see how your personality completely changes. As if you are a new person. Your view of life changes. Your dealings with your friends, with your family changes. You enjoy social gatherings and sitting with others, but do you think about your secret habit when you return home? You think to return home to sleep and to get up. The next day, you go to work, see your friends, and continue with the rest of your life matters. One of the dangerous things about practicing the secret habit is that over time, you will see movies, series, and obscene pictures. You start to develop a kind of desire which is not originally present. Your nature changes, for example. You start to desire men, don't you see? You might desire men desire women in different situations, desire animals, you might turn it on yourself. The subject is limitless. You open the door yourself, leaving it wide open. Even if you practice secret habits, don't be surprised. The talk is harsh, but this is reality. Even if you practice secret habits, you will practice strange things. Strange from nature, strange even to animals. Don't do it. And after you're done, you'll feel regret. And remorse. I wish I hadn't done it. Oh God. And you look at yourself as if you're a different person and you regret, and every day you repeat, and every day you repeat and regret. All of this affects your psyche, your mentality, and your personality. Now we come to the part that affects you mentally and physically, and I am prepared for this part. I have read several articles and studies on the subject. This is a serious research. I mean, it is something that has existed in humanity for a long time, so there are many studies on it and a lot of research on it. I found that some of them said it does not affect your mind or your body. The other side said it affects, and in a big and clear way. And for the record, I found that the side that says this affects your mind and your body. Their argument is convincing. There is something that is understood for safety. I believe it could be nothing but now, what we discovered by talking about it later. The first thing that might affect you if you marry the cold gender is that you become cold. You become indifferent to the feelings in front of you. The woman in front of you, why is she not convincing to you? You have raised your expectations above everything. You watch movies and follow series. And pictures and songs and many things you have raised. You have raised your expectations above beauty expectations. And your beauty standards are very high, beyond what you can imagine. The woman with a certain chest and the approach with a certain chest and the face with a certain chest and the hair and the length. I mean, if you are also one of those who follow anime and these things, or God, you have exceeded expectations, you have created something that does not exist in nature. So when you get married and find a woman in front of you, no matter how beautiful she was, you now haven't seen that she is just beautiful. You have seen a million other beautiful ones. And you started comparing between her and them, so the subject became, even if she is beautiful, that's it. I mean, the subject with you is cold, right? Even if she's beautiful, I remain beautiful too. Each day I become more beautiful, and then it's different. So when you get married and see your wife and all the imaginations in your mind and the high expectations, you don't find even 10 out of 100 in your wife, and the wife is the same. She doesn't find even 10 out of 120 in her husband. Both of them are official. Stop the expectations. Hi, he finds in front of him a really ordinary person. I mean less than ordinary. This gender disappointment can cause divorce if the second issue is not addressed. And it also matters whether the man or woman is married. Which is the speed of the relationship. You routinely visit the secret clinic where Abu Sari works efficiently, taking only a minute or less to complete the procedure. Afterwards, you can return to your married life, having satisfied your needs with your wife. And that's it. Neither you who rested nor she who rested. The relationship has become almost like animals. It ended in no beginning, no middle, no talk, no end. There is nothing, as if you are oil pressing machines and walked away. The third issue is sexual weakness. And this means you've heard about it, a lot of incidents and stories. A man gets married and he can't have sex with his wife. He can't, I mean, how can I explain it more than this? He can't. Complete sexual weakness? And some of them come back. What should he do? I mean, there is no God but Allah. He comes back. He practices the secret habit when able and works on having a healthy relationship until the habits are completely gone. The second one can't anymore. And some of them, with his ability and his attempts, he starts in a healthy sexual relationship, but he can't reach the end, and some of them can and everything. But he has weak sperm, approximately. He has a near absence of sperm. Infertility. You have been running your sperm all your life, and you come to say, if we want a boy or a girl, they are not in a condition, I don't know, maybe you don't have any sperm left. Fourthly, those who practice it regularly in the habit, they find pain in the eye, pain in the back, in the knee, in the joints. He told you, I swear I will eat the appetizer and main dish, and the sea is boiling, old man. If you stir up the whole sea, you cause the problem yourself. Have your pains stopped? What is causing them? Could they be related to a private behavior? Because most of those who come with these pains, just stopping the secret habit, the pain disappears. Not because you go eat an appetizer and drink a beverage. But the strange thing that I mentioned to you is that it's with him. That a married man has sexual relations with his wife. And this man who is not married and the woman practices the secret habit. And this one feels pain twice as much as this one who is married. And although they all excrete water, possibly in the same quantity, but what's the reason? I haven't found a scientific explanation yet, but let me share my interpretation based on my understanding. Imagine now you have 2 points, this point A and point B. From here you go the usual secret way. The way is this digging and traps and thorns, and you are so eager to reach, you destroyed yourself. But you arrived here, the way is easy, and maybe you can even ride a car or a bus, and you all arrived, but you arrived here broken, and here you arrived intact. That's why I say the secret habit, the things that made you ejaculate in this way are basically incorrect in an incorrect way, and here is the correct way. This is my interpretation. And some of those who have a secret habit addiction, you notice them having hair loss and strange pimples in different places, facial swelling, not to mention the eye, hormones, the body, sad, upset, depressed, suddenly lazy, suddenly lethargic, suddenly wants, sleeps, suddenly leaves. I mean, I don't know what to say when it comes. The cycle in women could be worse, 6th or 7th. I swear I forgot this count. Your body becomes a weak defense against diseases and inflammations. Less vitality, less germs, dry and moist. And you have less need for your inflammation due to your cough and sneeze and blow. And some people who were talking about their past in secret, and this is available on the internet, mentioned diseases that I have not seen. I mean, scientific evidence that I have not seen, but mentioned diseases and effects that were present in them. And they practiced the secret habit, and their closures were actually, and for those who put the secret habit, all these diseases ended. I tried to research the subject. I mean, scientifically research what I found, but I mean, people, when they talk this way, won't talk from a vacuum. They talk about experience. And what is one but two? Hundreds and thousands. We enter into the religious side of the matter. I give you a clear verse like the sun, heard by the one, but he says, you are here, this verse is clear or clearer than his pole. You don't need to hear a philosopher, and no one will solve you from his head and allow you the secret habit here. Those who guard their chastity, except with their spouses, or those in their rightful possession, are not blameworthy, but whoever seeks beyond that are transgressors. If you seek anything outside of sexual relations in marriage, then you are transgressing God's command, no matter what the secret habit is, with a syringe, with a wall, with any way you deliberately do it. This is a transgression, and this is a forbidden matter. What habit requires more clarity than this? We claim there is no clear verse to impose, yet we impose seriously. All these harms in the secret habit, psychological, physical, intellectual, social, all of them are forbidden. Do you expect these, after all the harms, to become logically permissible? Not at all. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and the companions and followers and the righteous predecessors, what is their age? They usually order the secret habit above what is forbidden. Imagine the secret habit is forbidden because it opens doors of the forbidden. Today, you practice the secret habit with yourself and your imaginations. The next day, you say you want to see a picture, and the subject becomes inclined to a picture. But how much pleasure is there? I want to see. The clip becomes a second clip, a third clip. The clip turns into things out of nature. By God, I want to see a different shape. I want to see different types. I want to see animals. I want to see a mole in the tooth, children, toys. And doors of the forbidden open to you as if you fell into a pit of the forbidden, inside it a pit deeper than the forbidden. We visit a doctor specializing in secret habits. This doctor is my personal physician, though I'm unsure how he became my doctor. He was initially famous and well regarded, but as he aged, people disregarded him, possibly due to perceived mental decline. He said, how can I return to the glorious past? How can I make people remember me? He started to advocate strange things against religion, against reason, against logic, against societies. He said, my daughter is getting engaged to someone from your family. They got married and traveled, so don't talk to me about it. His explanation was confusing. So you're in charge now? Where did you get this talk from? Western culture. Even the people in Western culture don't say what you said. Many of them are far from it. Ari said, no, I have to bring something strong. So what did Aish say? Some girls and some boys are oppressed, depressed, and distressed. What do they want? They release the pent-up feelings inside them, so they practice secret habits. Yes, he comes, he says to me, do you want to practice? Practice? No, he tells you to practice, as if he is ordering you to practice the secret habit. I was utterly shocked and never saw it coming. By God, there are people who will talk to you. But is there anyone sane who would say something like this? Let's think logically. Peace and blessings be upon the messenger. He sees the companions. He sees the youth in front of him. And he knows that the youth are at the peak of their lust. and they want to get married and they want to naturally overcome this lust. What did he say to them? He told them to practice the secret habit. He said to them, "O youth, whoever among you can afford to get married, let him get married. A man capable of marriage should marry immediately. And whoever cannot afford it now, what should a person who cannot get married do? O messenger of Allah, what do we do? The person who can't get married?" He hears this different doctor's speech. It's not good. What does he do? He fasts. It's good for him. A big mistake has spread among people that fasting once or twice can lower lust and temptation. However, this is not effective because the person still falls into a big mistake, as lust remains unchanged despite fasting. The idea of fasting is that you learn patience, that you fast in the right way. You fast and pray and fast and remember God and fast in what you follow and what you promise. Any content I want and anything that arouses your temptation, and when you come to break your fast, and this is important, you can break your fast a little. The whole idea is from fasting, patience, and all these matters. That your food is little, so your body and your desires double because the food you have is little. And you don't break your fast with a trip like this and say, "Oh my God, my desires have increased." You're definitely going to increase. You're funny. Half of you are on this trip. This is a simple breakfast, and you don't have a head of a cow and you say, "My desires, you will become a bull like this in strength." I mean, of course, I entered the solutions to prevent the secret habit, and I failed, but it's not a problem in 2 points before this matter. First, you want to prevent the secret habit, you must understand a very important matter. You are a Muslim, right? Okay, is this matter halal or haram? Haram. You are here, you after this topic, you didn't give it a thought and say, "Okay, what's the solution?" Haram, that's it, you are here. A command from God, haram to hear and obey, haram what we do. And another very important thing is prayer. You, after knowing that this matter is haram, and even if you are struggling with yourself, that you stop the secret habit, pray to God, see a strong prayer. "Oh Lord, prevent me from the secret habit. Oh Lord, make me hate the secret habit. Oh Lord, make me hate all these matters." And as I mentioned in the previous point, it is one of the solutions. Marriage if you can marry. Marriage if you can fast in the correct way that I mentioned to you. Another important thing, the advantage of sports, if for example your desires are very high, it reduces them. And if you have dead desires, it raises them to the middle. Sports balance you. It balances your life, even in terms of desires. Secondly, it gives you a lot of free time. Maybe an hour or two a day. This is important. Besides these benefits, it keeps you busy for an hour or two. Maybe if you were idle or free, you would practice the secret habit. The other solution is to kill the free time. I mean, if I come and tell you this free time could have a negative impact on you, you won't believe it. Imagine you have 3 hours of free time and a constant addiction to social media, or even if you don't have an addiction, you're constantly checking messages. You have nothing else to do. Let me indulge in my habits. The devil is idle, God might say. He says this person has nothing to do. How do I keep him busy? Should I leave him? Should I indulge in my habits? And he watches movies and series. All of them are permissible, to the extent that even people who watch movies, they are not watching permissible movies and normal series and games, and all these things are all denials, because he is addicted to the secret habit and addicted to the permissibilities. He views this humorously, anticipating standing before a man and woman, declaring their relationship balanced, envisioning life within acceptable boundaries. A piece of advice for you, fill your free time with anything here in... Sweetness. This is sweetness. You have nothing right. You have nothing. Have you tried to think what happened? Solve the problem, hold the sweetness, and read, learn what? In. Here's the whole idea. Don't always give yourself free time. Keep yourself constantly busy with self-improvement. Those who have the habit and the persistence on the secret habit will tell me by God, I am sitting at home with nothing to do, right? The one who makes you think about practicing the secret habit and makes you think about watching movies and series, do you see it in you? Do you even think that's your mind? You follow good content on YouTube, you follow lessons, you educate yourself, you learn languages, you read the Quran, you read the interpretation, all these things, except that the Quran means when you get the feeling that you want. Mars, the secret habit. Open the Quran and read at your own pace, whether it's a verse, 2 verses, a surah, 2 surahs, a page or 2 pages. You will find that you have calmed down, leaving no room for the devil or your bad self. Finally, the other matter, which may be easy and difficult for some, and that is not to be alone. Usually, no one practices the above secret quickly in front of people. I don't know what kind of courage that is. What is it? Always try to enter the room and close the door, or in the bathroom, and no one is there at night. And they are all asleep. You say this is a sin. There is no one. They are all asleep, and for example, you throw anything to make sure someone got up and closed the doors, and maybe also when you watch today, you can hear things, whatever sound comes out, just do it. You are the case, but when you try to stone yourself with people, by God you have brothers, by God our Father is with you, are you afraid? What am I afraid of? I stay asleep with you. Afraid, Simon, I'm afraid. I stay asleep with you. Today I am sitting with God with my family, staying up all night, and I am tired. And the next day I go out, for example, with my father, with my brothers, with my friends. I always try to be around people, always, even at bedtime. This matter makes it very difficult for you to practice the secret habit. I mean, even your entry and exit to the bathroom becomes a problematic matter. You entered the bathroom to pee and read. And while you enter the second time, what do you have? Diarrhea. Okay, the next day you still have diarrhea. It's clear this thing will restrict you. Don't confine yourself in hell. Does this point clarify it for you? Imagine being in a scorching hot desert with no air conditioning or shelter. You would feel overwhelmed by the intense heat and discomfort. For example, you want to relax. You lit a fire and sat next to the fire and you're asking, why do I feel hot? Why is there heat? Why is the world so humid? Aren't you sitting next to the fire? This is the same thing when you stay. Try to prevent yourself from the secret habit and open a door for desires. You're always on the prowl, giving attention to every girl you see. You can smell them coming from a mile away and they're all drawn to you. Come on, let's see by God. That and by God, Wasim sells my coffee shop and that sells a night, and the second Hamza who sells the cane is sweeter than him, and alas, 2 market goers are guarded like a stone in the market. And for example, these two, they all open their mobiles. They do not see but the exciting clips for controversy, and the clip that has temptation, and the movie clips, and all these ignite the fire in your heart. All these then say, how am I? I can't control my desires. How do you remain fundamentally depressed? Are you leading next to the fire? You must stay away from all of these. You must stay away from all these temptations. I understand and realize that we are in a time of temptation everywhere. But when you open Instagram or Twitter or any application and you see a scene that is shocking to life or forbidden, my brother, do not follow it. And before you pass, for example, this clip, press on 3 dots and write I am not interested, or this post does not represent me, or I do not care about this post, or men do not show this post at all. Over time, the content you have becomes clean, and then not when a clip comes out for you. For example, it seems permissible. Let me see, because by God I see a strong clip, and behind a clip, it ends up being cut, and you will go to practice the secret habit. I remember hitting an example once. Excellent, now a person in the market and between the girls, does his desire increase? Yes, he is now socializing with girls and even maintaining self-control. The girl spoke, he laughed with her, the boy came to talk to the girl laughed, and so his desire will increase. And the second person in the desert is herding sheep. From where? One of his army, and that? From where? Sitting in the desert heat with sheep. So the community and those around you and where you put yourself will greatly affect you, so don't throw yourself into the fire and say, God burned me. In the end, I mentioned a dangerous matter. Eurycades shows that addiction and commitment to it can lead you to very dangerous stages, and it exists in personalities you wouldn't expect. Some of them have reached addiction. Even though he is married, have you seen the solutions we have put? Marriage, even if he is married, he is so addicted to masturbation. Even if he is married, he practices masturbation. Imagine you are a married man or a married woman and you practice masturbation, and of course you know what masturbation is. What is it after that? How would it be? Will this marriage be happy? If you have removed one of the pillars of marriage, you spend it on masturbation and the woman spends it. With masturbation, what does it mean? And we return to the subject. Yes, some people who are, God willing, have no power but in God. God gives them health and safety, prayer and worship and fasting, and they have the habit of masturbation on a daily basis. Yes, why? I tell you why. Either due to severe addiction, they only overcame it safely after commitment, or the one who prays does so without focus, reads the Quran without understanding, and fasts without the correct intentions. All these things he does based on them being the pillars of Islam, but there is no devotion, no reverence, no tranquility. So what effect does it have on your life? Another important thing, with all these things he does, except that the permissibility he follows affects him. He enters good from a place and enters evil and fire from a place. There is a conflict in the heart. He must isolate or at least clear this side more, which is the side of good. And some of them have reached the stage that it is faith. The secret prayers without any taste or anything have become a basic pillar for him in the day. For example, he is used to getting up in the morning and drinking water, not food. Why is he just drinking water? That's it. He is used to it when night comes. He practices the secret habit without taste, without desire, and nothing. That's it. He became sexually cold in the marital relationship. No. Even in the secret habit itself, it has no taste. He just got used to it. And another thing, honestly, I was surprised. A strange thing. People who practice the secret habit have pride. Two guys gather. By God, yesterday I practiced the secret habit on such and such film. How many times did you? Did you practice the secret habit today? By God, twice? By God, you 3 times? By God, I am better than you 4 times. Go away. You are all tiring me. I 10 times. Don't you know what's going on and what's the bragging about this subject among the youth? By God, I notice this. I notice it. By God, I tell them, I say, you are not worth what you are proud of. You are proud of something shameful, man. This is even morally corrupt. They deserve to say you are proud of it. And this doctor says to you what? And they go practice it. The secret habit in the end is something for your benefit, your religion, your world, your afterlife, your personality, your strength, your body, your marriage, your social life, your personal life, your house, outside, everywhere. Cut off the secret habit finally. By God, you are the one who is destroying yourself with your own hands. You are destroying yourself by yourself. And even if the axe falls on the head, don't say, by God, people, what does this mean? In the end, follow my account on Twitter. I post things like this and many things I can't talk about every week, a clip or all, because they are fresh matters. Today I can talk 3 or 4 times about different things on Twitter or in a program now. I can talk whenever I stay for a long time. For example, I post a publication, I post a video clip, I post an audio, and I share opinions with the followers, so I share with you on my Twitter account that appears in front of you. In the end, I ask God to make this content in our balance of good deeds and to be a continuous charity for us and for all living Muslims.